Hi, this is Dr. Campbell, and today I want to talk about how should school security officers handle disruptive black students. Now, in a recent article, a Columbia, South Carolina school security officer used physical force to remove a student from the classroom. Many school districts have unsuccessfully implemented a model of education which involves the usage of physical force. School security officers will have greater success with potential disruptive black students by first ensuring that teachers develop positive racial relationships. Now, according to the article that is titled "Student Arrested Says She Was Standing Up for Classmate," a school security officer flipped and tackled a student as a method of removal from the classroom. Nia Kinney, who was also arrested, says that the altercation began when the student was not participating in the classroom activities before the teacher asked her to leave. When the student refused to leave, the teacher requested the assistance of an administrator. The student did not comply. The administrator requested the assistance of the school security resource officer, who removed the student from class and subsequently removed Kinney too. Now, Kinney has been charged with disturbing a school. And so my first question is, what did the school security officer do that was correct and incorrect? The school security officer made the correct decision to support the process that was already in place. Evidently, the process involves an initial request by the teacher. When the student decides not to comply, the next step is to request the assistance of an administrator. If the student decides not to comply with the request of the administrator, the next step is to request the assistance of the school security officer. The school security officer had the appropriate response by supporting the request of the administrator, but the school security officer has to remember that he is there to keep the school safe and not support a system of education by intimidation. He should have told the administrator that it does not look as though the student is either a danger to herself or anyone in the classroom. Therefore, this is an education problem for which I am not responsible for nor have the qualifications. And so what did the administrator do that positioned the school security officer in a no-win situation? Evidently, the perception that the student has regarding the administrator was limited. In most school districts, students will make a decision to comply with the decision of the school administrator to limit future embarrassment and consequences. The school administrator has all of the information regarding the student and could have used that information to diffuse the situation. For example, the school administrator could have announced to the student that her refusal to leave the classroom upon his request will result in a required parents' conference, especially since the student was not a danger to herself or any of the other students. He would have technically temporarily suspended her. This response does not place the student on the spot or feel that a confrontation is necessary. When an administrator or teacher invites a student into a confrontation, if the student is able to maintain their cool, that student now becomes a leader for the other students and has modeled the approved oppositional behavior towards authority figures. Now, after temporarily suspending the student, the administrator and school security would stop her from entering school the next day without a parent. If the youth shows up for school, now is the time to have that conversation regarding her behavior in the classroom. This will provide the administrator an opportunity to find out what may be the real problem that is bothering the student, as well as an opportunity to develop a positive relationship with that student. And so my final question is, what did the teacher do that positioned the school security officer in a no-win situation? Now, according to the article, Nia Kinney reported that the student in question did not participate in classroom activities. This lack of compliance led to a verbal confrontation, which eventually required the assistance of the school security officer. Many would believe that the math teacher in question lacked classroom management skills. The reality is that the teacher in question lacked the social skills needed to promote positive, racial, teacher-student, classroom relationships. Positive relationships at schools and in the classroom are in many ways the prerequisites for effective learning and behavior. Students and teachers who are warm, compassionate, and friendly toward one another in the classroom have the potential to improve instruction and learning. Black students prefer warm and supportive teachers and believe that teachers create an optimum learning environment when they care about and bond with their students. Minority students have beliefs regarding student achievement and teacher-student relationships. Black students believe that academic achievement increases when they have positive relationships with teachers. Black students also believe that increases in positive feelings affect academic achievement when teachers become responsive to the students' personal lives. Conversely, Black students believe that their poor academic performance results from teachers who lack concern for them and engage in negative gossip regarding students. Teachers need to promote positive racial relationships with students rather than depend on school security to implement classroom management techniques. This is Dr. Campbell. You can read about this article as well as additional information on our website at www.positiveracialrelationships.com. Hey, if you want to talk about it, you can call me on my direct line at 856-566-3267. Have a great day, and thank you very much.
Yeah, be sure to check out positiveracialrelationships.com. Check it. Look, pull your pencils out, class is in session. Let's focus on loving our neighbor without a question. Visit positiveracialrelationships.com. Leading classrooms together like a marriage bond. Kick racism out, that ain't what life's about. For more information, check the website out. Yeah.